Hello everyone, welcome aboard. So again, we have brought you the new session of the Current Affairs Daily Capsule, and this session has been brought to you by Himalaya-IAS classes. If you want to join IAS 2021 batch or KAS exam batch in English or Kannada medium, you can visit www.himalaya-iasclasses.com or you can reach out to us on this given number. So again, the significance of current affairs for prelims, straightforward questions you see every year. Mains, directly and indirectly, they help you a lot in fetching good marks. In essay, where you have to write multiple dimensions of any topic, it helps you a lot in the opinion building. And most of the interview questions are related to contemporary issues. So that tells us the significance. Now let's get started with the first news item today. Continuously, we have seen this over the past few weeks. India-China dialogue is going on over the issues which has happened on LAC. We have discussed the points also. Please look at them in the map. Okay, in Ladakh region, you have Pangong Taso Lake, Demchok and Galwan River. And in Sikkim, there is a place called Nakula. The talks, as of now, they just include the Ladakh area. They're not discussing about Sikkim. When it comes to the syllabus, it is part of the international relations, and international relations, as we all know, it is part of the general studies paper 2. So India-China dialogue, India has demanded the restoration of the status quo, means as it was, without any change, as the situation was in April. Okay, as of now, there is no conclusion. Okay, no result has came out. China, they have raised an objection to India's infrastructure development. If you remember in one of the sessions, we have shown you the map. There is a Darbuk Shok Daulat Old Beg Road, okay, which is parallel to LAC. Okay, so please look at that into the map. That's what India has developed along with the LAC in parallel to it. And because of that, we have increased the patrolling activities. That's what they are objecting to. Okay, and we have clearly said that infrastructure development will not stop. It will continue. Next article is by the ex-Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari. So he has given that in the Persian Gulf, whatever challenges are coming up, the cooperative security, the security of the whole region is very, very important for us. Okay. So syllabus wise, it is again part of the international relations, and international relation is the part of general studies paper 2. So first take a look at the Persian Gulf, where it is located. Okay, very important. This is Gulf of Oman, this is Persian Gulf, and this gets connected by Strait of Hormuz. It's a very crucial point, and please do remember that Strait of Hormuz connects Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman. Now, please also remember the 8 countries which surrounds this Persian Gulf. Okay, see, major supply of the oil of the world actually comes through this region. That's why it is very important, not just for India or this place, but in the global context also, it is very important place. Okay, so look at the countries: Bahrain, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE. Okay, so Iran is here, Iraq is here, Kuwait is here, this is Saudi Arabia, this is Qatar, this is Bahrain, and this is UAE. Okay, so please do remember all these 8 countries. See, this area is major producer of crude and natural gas. That's how their economy goes on. Prior to 1970, okay, this area was guarded by Britishers. Okay, after that, US hegemony started in the region. Okay, Iran-Iraq war started happening in the place. Later, the Arab countries, oil producing countries, and mostly the Sunni countries, not the Shia countries, they created something known as Gulf Cooperation Council. This is also very important. Once they have asked it already in the prelims examination, that which of these countries is not a member of GCC. So if you see, Iraq is not a member, Iran is not a member. Okay, Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, all these countries are member of GCC. Okay, Gulf Cooperation Council. Please do remember that. Now new questions are coming up. OPEC, they created one association to control the production of the oil so that global oil prices can be kept in control. But now Russia has challenged it, even US is manipulating that. As far as India's interest in the region goes, okay, bilateral trade is very, very important in this region. A lot of oil supplies come through this region. Remittances, big source of Indian foreign remittance, it comes from the Indians who are working in the Gulf areas. Plus, this is also very significant from all the political and economic regions for India, and security in this region is of prime importance to us. Okay, so these were the prelims point from this article. Next important thing about today actually is about private partnership in the healthcare. Okay, so we have seen in the COVID fight, a lot of newses are coming up. Okay, people are not able to get to the hospital in even dire situations when they really need to. So this article argues that, okay, this might be the right time when we can create a structural reform where we can bring private players also into the field, and we can augment or supplement our capacity of healthcare infrastructure. Okay, syllabus wise, it is part of, you can think of infrastructure point of view economy, but health related things comes into the health and education related thing comes in general studies paper 2. So private partnership in the healthcare. So article clearly argues that this is the right time to mobilize the resources of public as well as private healthcare sector. What are the different ways in which it can be utilized? See, testing facilities, we know limited testing in India, which is happening as of now. We can provide accreditation, we can use the private services, we can also use them for healthcare infrastructure. See, in the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, already government of India said that they are going to provide almost 30 to 40% of the viability gap funding. Means you want to create a hospital in such a place where, let us say, the financially it is not very much viable. Then to make it financially viable, the gap funding, which is known as viability gap funding, will be provided by the government. Next important thing where these private players can step up is the supply chain. See, a lot of things, medical equipment, drug supply, okay, ICU, ventilators, all these things are needed. So that is another area where, let us say, if in such a case of epidemic, when public hospitals, they are filled, you would have seen the pictures of Mumbai, okay, in one bed, a lot of pictures we have seen where two patients are sharing one bed, that too when they are infected by COVID. So that means our healthcare system, and if you talk about Maharashtra, it is totally filled up. It doesn't have any more capacity to take more people. So actually this is the time we must think about how we can include the private healthcare system. Also, the article tells that in order to better coordinate private and public healthcare, we must have a central intelligence system where all the data can be there, that in which area, what facilities we have arranged from these private players, so that that can be properly coordinated and then it can be utilized. Okay, so this is a nice idea. We can always put that in the solutions while writing the mains. Okay, another article related to the same thing, but it is about the private hospitals in few areas, let us say in Mumbai, where they have allowed, sometimes they are asking too many high charges. Okay, charges as far as like it might be lakhs per day if you are a COVID infected patient. So that is something which is being argued a lot. Okay, so this article talks about that again, prelims wise from health and the mains general studies paper 2, health is part of that. So these are the 3 states which has fixed the charges. Okay, so 2 solutions which are this article talks about. The main issue here is the private hospitals who have declared themselves as COVID hospitals, they are charging way too high fees. Okay, way too high charges from the patient. So what this suggests is, one is government can discuss with the private players but come up to a reasonable charges. They can cap the charges, they can categorize the hospital depending on the quality of service they are providing, and then they can fix a cap that, okay, this is the maximum amount which can be charged even from the private hospitals. Next is, we can use the existing health insurance scheme. The example of it is Tamil Nadu, which has used it already, so that as many as people, because our government has already launched so many schemes which can be utilized, like you have for below poverty line people, Ayushman Bharat you have, okay, or there are some other schemes for the health insurance. So why not utilize them and make it pay for the COVID-19, so that the benefit of the people as well as the hospitals or private sector, it can be protected. Next important article today talks about this issue of the elephant which has taken place in the Kerala. Okay, some people they put something a cracker, firecracker or something into a pineapple, and allegedly people are saying that was being kept for a wild boar. Okay, which has been declared as a vermin in Kerala. So this article talks about that what is the core issue here? Is it the issue is just about the punishment of the people who has done this, or is it something larger? Okay, so EVS, we all know it is the part of the prelims, environmental science, and environmental science is the part of general studies, paper 3. So let's take a look at the issue. See, absence of large predators inside the forest. So now see this, there is a balance in the ecosystem. The large predators, they control the population of their prey. Okay, then that food chain goes on. So when some of the key species of large predators, when their numbers gets reduced, then a lot of animals below them, their number increases. For example, wild boar. If there is no, let us say, leopard or tiger, you know, in the forest, then there will be too many wild boars. Their population will be increasing, right? And they have readily available food crops now, because the size of the agricultural land is increasing, size of the forest which was their home, that is decreasing. So that is why that's where they get most of their food. And because of this, in Kerala, the wild boars, they brought so much problem to this food crops that the state government has declared wild boar as a vermin in Kerala under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay, please tell me in the comment section which schedule of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 tells you the vermin species. Now the problem is, so to avoid the conflict, or the farmers is actually trying to, you know, counter these animals, and in such cases a lot of time, you know, such accidents or incident, they also happens. One way to, you know, counter this situation, it might be to use the crop insurance scheme. See, why farmer is worried? Because of his crop loss. That's why they are trying to kill these animals. So one way can be, if he is assured that okay, he will get some insurance claim in case of animal loss, or in case of loss of crop by the wild animals also, then they might not be so much what do you say, they might not have so much against these animals, or they will not try to kill them. Okay, so the main issue here is to avoid this man animal conflict. Okay, so just giving punishment who has done this one instance is not going to solve the problem at large. So again, very nice article actually, from your mains point of view, or even from your interview point of view. Last but not the least is the white paper which China has published. Okay, so it is something like you declare yourself, and everybody is saying that you are guilty. Just try to come out clean by saying, no, I am not guilty of it. So China has exonerated itself in the white paper. Syllabus wise, again, it will be the part of international relations. Okay, so I'll just give you this background. There is not much from the points, prelims point here. World Health Assembly Summit happened. Their COVID-19 resolution was taken up. Okay, and that is also important this year. Why? Because the Executive Council of the World Health Assembly, now it is being chaired by India. Okay, the Union Minister, Dr. Harshvardhan, is chairing that. So there lot many countries in the world passed a resolution that there must be an independent inquiry into the spread and handling of the COVID-19 situation. Nobody directly targeted China, but everyone wants clear investigation that whether there was a delay in the transmission of the information, or whether there was something which is at fault, which could have been done better in this case of COVID. So rather than going for international inquiry, the talks are going on. They are saying that they will allow the international inquiry as well. So we'll see how it turns out in the future. But as of now, that's what they have come up with, a white paper, by telling themselves that, okay, we are not the one who is at fault. So that was all, guys, for today's current affairs. This is the list of do's and don'ts which you can follow in order to maximize your chances of selection in the prelims examination. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we upload a new video of current affairs. So thanks a lot for watching. Please stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.